Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice. Aemon One Eye and Daemon Targaryen are two pivotal characters for their factions in this Targaryen civil war. They have tons of parallels, and we need to talk about them, but we can't talk about them without addressing what's going on in Harrenhal. Check this out, right? This scene with the Riverlords had me questioning everything I thought I knew. So, right before this scene, there is a glow under the door and footsteps walking by. This is identical to Daemon's dream, where he sees himself wearing the eye patch. The glow under the door, the footsteps, even his first dream starts with a glow under the door. And someone trying to open the door, but he has swords through the door. So is he dreaming? Like, is this all one big weirwood trip? And has he been in Harrenhal depressed in his slumbers this whole time? Is none of this real? Is he going to wake up one day and ask how long he's been asleep for? Like some brand coma dream shit? If you like my videos, slap a thumbs up on this video and share it. It helps our community grow. It helps me make more content. Thank you. Love you so much. Also, let me know, comment below what you think is going on at Harrenhal. Because there is so much stuff floating around when it comes to Harrenhal, and all of it sounds like it could be legit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little over it at this point. Like, Daemon's sex dream of his mom killed that storyline for me. It does look like next episode, Daemon has finally grabbed his spin-a-night bag and he's leaving with urgency, and Caraxes is waiting for him like, let's go. Let's leave. But like I was saying, I like the Harrenhal stuff at first, but at this point, I don't love it. But I wanted to take a deeper look at this and try to rationalize this and try to understand what in the world is going on. And guess what? All roads lead to Daemon and Aemond. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. There will be book spoilers in this video. But first, let's talk about Harrenhal. So Daemon's first night at Harrenhal, he has a dream. It's very seamless, very easy to understand what's going on. He dreams of young Rhaenyra sewing the head of baby Jaehaerys back on. Coming and going as you please, leaving me to clean up your mess. This is straightforward. Daemon has done this multiple times to Rhaenyra. In episode 2, he leaves, steals the dragon egg, and she comes to retrieve it. In episode 4, he's banished from court after taking her to a brothel and basically sullying her name. And in episode 2 of season 2, Rhaenyra and Daemon fight. The very thing that causes him to leave Dragonstone is their argument, because Daemon fumbled and Jaehaerys was executed. And Daemon left Rhaenyra alone to deal with the fallout. In that same dream, he's in the Godswood, and Alys Rivers says, "You'll die in this place." This is a glimpse at the future, very straightforward. In the books, Daemon is rumored to have died at Harrenhal, although his body is never found. I thought that was a perfect dream sequence. The next dream that he has is of Rhaenyra on the throne, wearing her father's crown. Now, I have the full dream, everything she was saying. I have it transcribed for you from High Valyrian into English. This is what she said. "It's been said the Targaryens are closer to gods than men. In my eyes, you were a god, Daemon Targaryen, the prince of the city, the lord of Fleabottom. I was an innocent. You exploited me and abandoned me. You sullied my name at court. You empowered my rivals. You tried to make my ruin. You put me on the throne, and you love me, and you hate me for it. You created me, Daemon, yet you are now set on destroying me, all because your brother loved me more than he did you." Daemon then lops her head off, and her head says, "This is what you always wanted, is it not?" And then the head said, "There's a raven." This dream is still straightforward about the past, but it's also a glimpse at the future, which is keeping in line with the first dream. The glimpse of the future part is when she says, "You put me on the throne." Well, she has not been put on the throne yet, but she will be. This dream also speaks to Daemon's darkest desires, that darkness sheathed inside of him, and what he would need to do to actually fulfill that desire, which Rhaenyra told him in episode 2 in season 1. Turns around and it's Daemon wearing an eye patch. And this is when we officially meet Alys, and she gives him this weirwood paste drink. And bro, I found it funny, right? I found it funny that he's like, no peas for me. I won't be having you poisoning me with your peas and your lamb. But sure, bloody, seedy, slimy tea that the witch has made. Num, 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 num. Right after he drinks that, he appears in a room with the Blackwoods. He doesn't even know how he got there or where he is. He also has a vision of Lena. But is he dreaming or is he awake? Like, it's not clear. There is nothing significant that tells us when he's sleeping and when he's awake, when he's dreaming, what's real and what isn't. For all we know, he's been asleep since she gave him the weirwood drink, and we're just watching a could-be future. Then we get this weird scene from episode 5 where Daemon is having sex with a woman who is talking to him, saying everything he's always wanted to hear. That turns out to be his mom. But he's not sleeping. He's naked, and then he's fully clothed at the dinner table, eating wood and hearing women cry in anguish. Then we have this. This scene starts with Daemon staring at the ceiling, wide awake. Heavy focus on the weirwood bed. Then boom, the glowing under the door. Now he's asleep. He wakes up, air quotes, wakes up before Simon knocks on the door and does his little, is the pudding now served? He asks what time it is, and he says it's the hour of the wolf. The hour of the wolf is the darkest hour of night. Coincidentally, the hour of the wolf comes right after the hour of the owl. Alys. It's like 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. For the Riverlords to show up at Harrenhal demanding to speak with Daemon, not gonna lie, at 3 a.m, it's kind of weird. It could be real. It could be a dream. We don't. Then it hit me. I went back to the conversation that Alys had with Daemon, where Daemon says, if Aemon One Eye rules, the realm will suffer. He'll cut you down as well as wish you good day. And she says, I heard the same thing about you. So in the books, Aemon ends up going to Harrenhal and he Miri Mazdor's Alys. He saves her and makes her his bedmaid. It's like a whole love story. There's a child involved. So I started to actually think really hard. Like, what do these scenes do for Daemon's character? Like, how do they fit him? How do they make his character grow? The first one, definitely character development going on. Daemon definitely needs to face what he has done to Rhaenyra. The Jaehaerys thing was terrible in itself, but to scurry away because your wife scolded you at a time she really needed you was crazy. But after he drinks that drink, Alys tells him, drink this. You'll need your rest if you're going to win this place to your side. Everything that's happened since then could be a dream, a warning. So check it. Aemon is the one that's obsessed with his mother. If he gets to have sexy time with Alicent, no wonder he never wants to leave Harrenhal once he's taken it. If they are going to continue down this dream path, I really want to see what Criston Cole and Aemon dream about while they're at Harrenhal. But anyway, we don't see Daemon in brothels breastfeeding. We see him literally railing Mysaria. He's also completely disgusted when he realizes he just ate the cat that he came out of. It's also Aemon that wants to kill his brother for the throne, not Daemon wanting to kill Rhaenyra. Daemon is not obsessed with the throne. He's not willing to slay his kin, Rhaenyra, to get it. But Aemon is. He's already killed Luke. He's killed Rhaenys. He tried to kill his own brother. And it's Aemon that commits some atrocities in the Riverlands. Like, he takes Vhagar and relentlessly burns the Riverlands indiscriminately for like months. So I find it interesting that right before he drinks the drink, he sees himself with the eye patch. So is this let me show you what Aemon One Eye is going to do and why you need to kill him? Is it actually happening and they are telling him, be careful, you're turning into Aemon One Eye, better don't? Is she projecting Aemon's feelings and doings onto him because she doesn't know what Aemon looks like and she knows these things are supposed to happen with the Targaryen? I've even seen people say they don't think Alys is even real, like she's a ghost because no one interacts with her. I've seen people say no one in Harrenhal is real and Daemon is just in there dolo tripping. I know the idea is like, hey, let's play with his head. Let's make him go cuckoo. But I don't know what's going on. And I don't like when I can't make sensey out of things. Like, yes, confront your demons, do introspection, have your therapy sessions at Harrenhal. But I'm thinking something more sinister might be lurking about. And we might be in for a shock at Harrenhal or some kind of big reveal that'll make all of this pay off. I don't think the dreams are quite over. I'm pissed that, like, we didn't get a dream of Viserys, like fingers crossed for that. But the way I read the scenes, like the first time I watched them, is that the writers are trying to punch Aemon Daemon parallels down our throat. Listen, Aemon and Daemon do parallel, but in my opinion, they are not supposed to be hard-hitting parallels. They are supposed to be weak parallels. They are supposed to be surface level. They are supposed to be cheap. They are not supposed to be hard-hitting one-to-ones in every angle. See, Aemon and Daemon, they're both second sons. They both feel like they would make better kings than their brothers would. They are both the wild cards of each faction and the true power of each faction. But in the dream with Rhaenyra on the throne, she says, "In my eyes, you are a god. Daemon Targaryen, the prince of the city, the lord of Flea Bottom." Do you think Aemon does not see his famed uncle this way? He 100% sees Daemon as a god, a hero, a legend, the dragon rider of Caraxes, the person who took the stepstones, the man that cut off Vaemon's head without a second thought. Did y'all see how pleased he was that he thought Daemon thought of him as a challenge? He had no care for Jaehaerys, his nephew, being killed. He never even mentioned it, but he was like, babe, he saw me as such a challenge. Oh my God, bro, I'm tickled. But Aemon does not know Daemon. Daemon was away in Pentos most of Aemon's life, and when he married Rhaenyra, Daemon was never around. Rhaenyra and Daemon were on Dragonstone. It literally says in the books that he was cold to Alicent's children. There is no relationship there. He has not got a chance to know that half of the rumors and stories about Daemon aren't true. He heard tales of Daemon from Alicent and Otto and Viserys and whoever in King's Landing, but he doesn't know him. All his life, he's probably heard from Otto and Alicent. Rhaenyra was just named heir to supplant Daemon. He would have been Maegor the Cruel come again. But the thing about Daemon is he's not cruel. He does know how to check his worst impulses. He does know how to keep that darkness sheathed inside of him, and Aemon does not. Aemon's father figure was Criston Cole, for God's sakes. Daemon failed him. Like, Daemon failed Aemon as an uncle, no doubt. But here we are. And what are we going to do about it? You made the beast. You're going to have to be the one tasked with slaying it. Full circle. If that's what the dreams are trying to do, great. I just don't love it. I don't think we need 100 essays and dissertations on what's going on. It shouldn't be that hard to make sense of. Like George has always said, like, magic is fine if it makes sense. It needs to operate within bounds of reason, rules, principles. And I've yet to understand what's going on in these dreams, how they function, when he's dreaming, when he's not. A marker would be great. One of my favorite horror movies of all time did it so well. It's The Sixth Sense. They used the color red to show when the real world and the supernatural world collide. Like, there will always be something red in the scene. It's a direct hint. It's an alert that anything in the real world has been tainted by the other world. So we know a ghost is near when something red is in the scene. So I think it would be nice to have a similar marking so we can decipher what's real and what isn't, when he's dreaming, when he's not. But that's just my opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them. But what do you think? As always, thanks for watching. Okay, my sweet summer children. Have a good day.